share your whatever comes our way, whatever paths we follow. I will share your pain, your laughter and your sorrow. And free, the winds of fortune gently flow. There is a wonder in the weave, so many forks upon these roads. For a burden that is shared is much easier to bear. We will not fall to despair this darkest day. Whatever comes our way, whatever path we follow, I will share your pain, your laughter and your sorrow. And should we prove ourselves, lose ourselves, nothing's gonna send us astray. Whatever comes our way, I will be there. Whatever comes our way, I will be there to share your pain. These hearts of shadow, hearts of fire, sharing memory and mind. Our hope is strong in moments dire, through our mysteries entwined. For a gift can be a blight, or a kind word be a slight, in a world of fade and light and disarray. Whatever comes our way, whatever paths we follow, I will share your pain, your laughter and your sorrow. And should we prove ourselves, lose ourselves, nothing's gonna send us astray. Whatever comes our way, I will be there. Whatever comes our way, I will be there to share your pain. To sing a somber song of night, a belted ballad bold and bright face scales. To quell the urge beneath the skin, I'll take the gifts and let it inflict spells. The burden that is shared is much easier to bear. We will not fall to despair this darkest day. Whatever comes our way, whatever paths we follow, I will share your pain, your laughter and your sorrow. And should we prove ourselves, lose ourselves, nothing's gonna send us astray. Whatever comes our way, I will be there. Whatever comes our way, I will be there to share your pain. Whatever comes our way, whatever comes our way,
I deadass almost started the game.
I'm starting it right now.
Oh,
Ah!
We're
Yeah.
live?
Hey, wait a second.
We're live. We
There we
stream this game?
Hold on.
Oh my god, I'm looking at Red.
oh god, I heard my voice. Kill it with fire.
Why isn't that shit?
Red,
not again.
Oh, am I Ringo Heat? I am.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Red?
I'm Ringo Heat, brother. The Ringo Heat.
What the?
Oh my god, every time you talk, his pose. Jesus Christ, I love that.
There we go. There we go.
That's my character for Wrestling EFED.
There it
By the
goes.
way, everybody who might be watching, you should check out Illuminate for some cool shit.
Illuminati.
We do wrestling.
Thanks for the
Oh
plug.
my gosh, Red has been loyal for 15 months. Holy shit.
12.
Yay.
I was 12?
Well, he is. Well, a 15-month subscriber, but 12 months of.
Oh.
Great, because of my gifted sub.
Why did I read that as a 5? Oh yeah,
Because there
dyslexia.
is it's 50.
I was
it
like,
is-
you're you.
Actually, that's dysgraphia.
It is.
Whatever. It fucks with my brain. Shut up.
You have a brain, Lucky.
Yeah, I just don't have cells for it. They're currently on vacation, no longer at work.
What's that like? I want that.
Anyways. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Aetherpunk Birthright, episode 27. Whew. Yeah, who would like to give recap while I finish prepping my tea to be consumed?
I can.
Perfect.
All right. I have 7 pages of notes from last session, so this time I decided I'm going to put all 7 pages onto ChatGPT and let it summarize my notes for me. You're welcome.
Oh no.
I am both terrified and intrigued by what is about to happen.
I
On
will
board
say,
with
I
this.
did watch the bot last night, so let's see how good it is.
The party continues its journey to Whaleshore, facing growing threats from the Circle of Iron and Clarity's brother, Justice, who is using scrying magic to track them. To counter this, they use a scroll of non-detection and dispel magic. The group also discusses strategies to protect 2 powerful artifacts they possess, a fragment of Phelan's spear and a quill capable of granting a wish, deciding to return the quill to the God of Knowledge. Along the way, they attempt to cover their tracks and avoid pursuit. During a seance with the spear fragment, Jonah experiences a terrifying vision, leading to him accidentally stabbing Clarity. The wound proves unhealable by normal magic, triggering panic among the group. Madrash, Gleb, and others attempt various healing methods, with Gleb ultimately consuming the toxin, causing the wound and revealing a connection to his own mysterious past. Meanwhile, tensions rise as Jonah's growing secrecy and self-sacrificial tendencies worry the party. Despite resolving the immediate crisis, concerns about Jonah and the looming threat of the Circle of Iron persist. As they near Whaleshore, the group decides to quicken their pace, with Clarity and Isabella taking the final watch while contemplating Jonah's behavior and how best to help him.
It didn't bring up our little monster we charmed.
So,
No, it
was that actually summarized by
What?
ChatGPT?
Yes.
Alright, so ChatGPT gets a hero point.
I'm fucking mad that was really good.
Let's go! Hell yeah! I can't wait for
Oh,
ChatGPT to hear a point.
Now I gotta get a character sheet for ChatGPT.
Can we just open ChatGPT and have it play like a character named Jeff, or just a dude?
No, we're gonna
You
have
know
it make a Warforged of some sort.
Oh my god!
It's called Reactor.
And Christy was not given to her sister. She was given to people of the Mandala Coalition. She's the Warforged. We get free friend.
Oh no.
Don't you ever fucking say that again, ma'am.
I'm for it. Let's do it.
So yeah, Amumu, you get a hero point for that, and I feel like I'm having a hard time hearing everybody.
Booga booga.
Turn your volume
Hold
up.
on. I've been meaning to do this for a couple sessions, and I just haven't. I'll move my mic closer so I don't like cut out all the fucking thing.
It's funny because Red, you're the clearest one right now.
Yeah.
Seriously, you are, Red. I hear you.
Crystal clear.
I think it's mostly Amumu and Hikari
Hikari.
that
Yeah.
need to like just eat their microphone.
All
Yeah,
right, I'm
sorry,
here to
you
eat my mic.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. So much more
It is
clear.
a headset. Here, I am closer to the mouth now.
Maybe you need to adjust the microphone so that the microphone is pointed more towards your mouth, Hikari, because you still sound very far away.
There.
That's
I've
clearer.
I've moved half of my headset off just to be closer.
That's weird. Maybe check if your microphone's being picked up by your headset.
I'll do that later.
All right.
Ma'am?
So,
I will take the awkwardness. Shush, I'm in a room alone.
Okay, that's valid.
all right. So, you guys had finished the previous night's watch and had some time to stew on things from the night before and all of its intense drama. You guys still have about a day and a half-ish before Whale Shore. So you guys have time to either discuss things or push it off until you guys get to the city.
It's still the same night, right? We never finished that rest.
I think we just did.
Unless you guys had things you wanted to do that night. I genuinely do not remember the last few seconds of that session. It was kind of a haze.
Isabella and Clarity talked about how to make Jonah feel better, and most of it was we have to talk to him and make him understand we love him.
Oh no.
Despite it making him uncomfortable. That's what the two of them discussed. And agreed upon.
You loved and supported, you fuck.
Oh, Jonah is bad and you should feel bad.
No.
No.
Well, this is your guys' opportunity to talk things out. Have fun
Isabella
with your
did-
roleplay.
I think when someone comes for second watch, Isabella just sleeps near the stairs that lead to the first floor. Not on a bed, she's just being like... She's still giving space, but she's like, I am not sleeping in a bed right now.
You just like come downstairs and you sit there?
No, I'm sleeping on the on the second floor right by the stairs.
Okay.
It's her way of giving space but caring.
Isn't Jonah downstairs currently?
Yeah, I'm downstairs. There's a ladder with a trap door. I have no idea you're there.
So you're trapping Jonah in the bottom floor.
He's on the
Yeah.
first floor. Essentially, I'll leave it open, but I'm right by it.
So
Like,
you're the guardian bear
It,
of the
it was
doorway.
closed, but okay.
If it's closed, guess what? It's open now.
Well,
Okay.
it's pitch black in there.
You can't see because you didn't take my goggles.
I can see.
Oh, now you see in the dark. Awesome.
You don't know that.
No, I don't.
I don't know that.
No, that's all Isabella would do tonight. She would just do that and be like, when she wakes up, she will make breakfast for help make breakfast.
So is anyone doing anything that that requires us to not finish our long rest?
No.
No.
Okay. I was asking because Obo said we've just finished our long rest, and then you were backtracking to your sleeping on the trapdoor, so I was just making sure.
Sorry, yeah. No, I'm not doing anything major.
Okay. The morning.
I guess once morning.
Yep.
Go ahead.
The morning finds you guys with a healthy coating of morning dew and a little bit of mist from the precipitation of last night. But aside from that, it is a clear sky. The sun's popping up, and the entire hillsides are shining with the reflective water. And yeah, it's a beautiful countryside morning, and everyone's got some things to talk about.
Mm-hmm. I guess Madrash is gonna be pretty uncharacteristically quiet this morning, and he's just going to get the cart ready, making sure that the horses are fixed and all of the stuff is ready to go. And he's just gonna sit on the cart and wait for everyone.
I'd say Jonah's probably already there. I'd say by the time people woke up, since Jonah didn't sleep, he probably just made breakfast, ate, and was ready to go. Like, by the time everyone woke up. He's probably just sitting in the cart by himself anyway. Or I guess on the opposite side of the cart.
Anybody else?
Isabella just ate breakfast, seeing everyone just doing, and then she'll just get in the cart and just put her weapon off to the side and just wait till everyone's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything complicated. Just getting going.
Okay.
Okay.
Assuming that we get started on travel.
Yep. Heading downhill, it's a bit faster, and you guys can see off in the distance the port city of Whale Shore. It's still a ways away, but you can see it on such a clear day. It seems that from this distance, they must have gotten a handful of new whales that they had collected, because there are huge plumes of black smoke that are threatening to choke out the sky above the city as they are processing the animals along with other things in the city. Also, from this area, you guys can see a huge majority of King's Lake stretch out ahead of you and across the horizon, as it is a absolutely massive section of water.
Do I know much about Kings Lake?
1 second. You know that it is connected to another body of water. It's considered to be like another lake that leads towards the southern end of the empire, and that on the northern end it connects into the greater section of the ocean. So while it's called a lake, it's almost a small ocean in and of itself. For the most part, it is home to a variety of different wildlife, trade routes, and a handful of mysteries of its own.
If Clarity can see King's Lake, she's going to pop out her little one and say, just out of curiosity, could you go fly around the lake and see if you notice anything, and then if you don't notice anything, come back.
So, the scale of this lake, it's hundreds of miles wide, and that's on the short end.
Yeah.
So, he'd be able to fly for a little bit, and then he'd have to turn back around. Or else
That's
risk
fine.
falling into the ocean.
That's fine. I just wanted to check something.
Okay. So he'll give you a look, and then look at the water, look back at you, and just kind of and begin flying off in that direction.
Hey, you stole those apples, asshole. You need to go say you're sorry to them.
So it'll be about tomorrow by the time he reaches the lake.
Okay.
The lake is beautiful from here.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it called the King's Lake anyhow?
I don't know. Guess there's a lake owned by a king. I don't know.
History check time.
Well, I want to know.
Still, if you would like to roll history, you are free to do so.
History of King's Lake.
Yeah.
Isabella's not from this world, so I'm not rolling.
Okay. So, Jonah. You would know the reason it's called King's Lake is because during near the end of the Second Age, while Rivia was still a nation of warring kingdoms and city-states that had no real allegiance to each other, aside from when a foreign power came to invade, there was quite a bit of conflict that happened in this lake due to it being connected to the main ocean ways and also being used for transport of goods to the southern end of the continent. In addition to its vast pods of whales that would come by quite often to reproduce. So it had quite a few reasons for it to be important. And so the kings of the time kept fighting over it to the point where most of the reefs in King's Lake are growing out of those old battleships that had sunk.
Cool.
And so,
He doesn't tell anyone this.
Yeah. And
Oh my
it was
God.
actually the final battle at King's Lake that determined the birth of the Rivian Empire, as they decided that warring amongst each other was not as profitable and stable, and so then they united to form the Empire.
Who was the first emperor?
Uh,
What was his name? Obo? What was the name of this NPC that you totally have planned?
the first emperor who I totally have planned, his name was Gavin. Yes, Emperor Gavin.
What a fucking loser. I'm sorry. I'll be nice to Emperor Gavin.
It's okay. He's been dead a couple thousand years.
The late Emperor Gavin. Does Jonah mention that, or is Jonah just not talking?
I was just not talking. My man's just sitting there quietly. I'm like that meme of like they don't know blank, but like it's like they don't know the history of this land.
But you do.
But
I'm with the
do.
party and they don't know I know the history of this lake.
Exactly.
I will say that Clarity, you probably know that King's Lake was called because of like all the naval battles that are there, and that's like where the Empire was formed. But that's about it on the details. But you do know that supposedly there's either a floating island, a moving island there, or like a ghost ship that people keep seeing, but no one believes that it exists.
Can we see most of the lake?
No. It kind of goes off onto the horizon, and then you can't see much more than that.
So guys, can we go back to the part where it says a moving island? You know, like the thing that we needed to look out for.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. This is Red talking. I'm metagaming right now. Remember how? Yeah.
That's actually what I was about to ask. I was like, is there any kind of like large structures or anything that we can see on the lake from this position?
From this position, I say the only thing that you can see that sticks out would probably be how big are dragon turtles?
Very. You can fit like an entire like village on one of them.
Okay, cool. From this distance, you can see there is currently a dragon turtle near the docks of Whale Shore that is probably being butchered right now. And it'll probably be being butchered for a couple of months.
Oh, sorry, they're not as huge as I thought they
Too
were.
late, dragon turtles are that big now.
Okay.
Yeah,
they're
typically-
usually 20 to 30 feet long.
They're the
Big as
size-
ships.
They're the size in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, we're dragon turtles are big now. Too late.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Ah.
Legitimate question.
Uh-huh.
Being half legitimate dragon, how would Madrash probably view dragonoid things?
I would say it's the same way that humans talk about apes and monkeys, where it's like, yeah, we're descendants from, the same thing, but they split off a long time ago, and they may be smart in their own way, but they're not as smart as people. So I would say things like that, with like a wyvern, a dragon turtle, they're not the same intelligence as, say, dragons, but they're equivalent to, like, a dragon turtle would be the equivalent of like an orangutan intelligence compared to people. But since dragons are so long-lived and so intelligent and vast stores of knowledge, a dragon turtle would still have a high amount of intelligence.
Yeah.
It's just
I was asking
dragons
because,
would look at them like smart animals.
Part of it would be like, would Midrash consider, like, seeing it butchered? Would Midrash consider eating dragon turtle meat to be like cannibalism? Would that be a taboo thing, or would it just be like,
dragon turtle
okay,
meat would be considered a delicacy, and due to the fact that they're insanely difficult to kill. So, like, right now, just like world knowledge, since you guys are seeing that from here, you guys are seeing Whale Shore is butchering a dragon turtle. That city is probably going to quadruple in wealth in a month or less. Just from selling the parts, shell, scales, the meat, all of that. They're going to come into a vast amount of wealth and expansion, crime, and a bunch of other shit that comes with something like that.
oh boy, we love crime.
It's my job, actually.
Crime is my job. Okay. I'm satiated as Midrash.
Clarity, I think, would poke Gleb and say, hey, if I'm needed, just tap me or something.
Okay.
Okay. And you'll notice that she has an extra tight grip on her bag of holding. And well, maybe, I don't know how perceptive you are. And she's going to look through her pseudo dragon's eyes for the whole trip on the way to Whale Shore, so she won't be talking much.
Looking through the pseudo dragon's eyes, there is a moment where it realizes that you're seeing through its eyes, and it quickly stops what it's doing, hops off a tree, and continues to fly. But
What was it doing?
you can definitely taste calcium in its mouth.
The fuck did your pseudo dragon do?
Hasn't done it quite yet.
Bro, just being a little shit.
After
yeah.
after a few minutes of flying, it finds a suitable tree, comes to a landing, takes the egg out of its mouth, and begins to try and crack it open.
Of course it does.
It's got a snack.
Being a little rebel today.
He's hungry.
Want some more apples, apparently.
But aside from that, nothing really sticks out of the ordinary from the pseudo dragon's perspective. What's the fly speed on the pseudo dragon? Is it 60 or
30.
120?
I think it's 30 or 40. It's not
I
that
think it's
fast.
actually dirty, but not too well.
It is 60.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
That's fast for a little guy.
It's little
Especially
guy.
since he can just kind of glide downhill for most of this. Yeah, so the pseudo dragon is not going too much faster than the rest of you guys, but it is taking a more direct path. So if you check in with your pseudo dragon probably tomorrow morning, it should be just passing Whale Shore.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything that the players would like to do?
No, I'm probably just rummaging through my own bag of holding, trying to sort things out.
Could I read that second book I had?
What book?
I had one on like death rights on people that I read, and now I have like another one on like folktales and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Is there
Basically just trying to
anything specific, or just reading to pass time?
kind of both. He's looking to see if anything matches the description of a certain buddy of his.
Oh. Okay. So flipping through the stories, trying to find something that has a scent of familiarity, you are able to find a couple of stories that aren't this character isn't the focus, but it's kind of like a background character. And let me double check. Where is his name? Where is this character? Where did I put them? There they are. It's usually in either pictures from the stories, or sometimes mentioned in passing of a character clad in smoke, well dressed when visible, and seemingly offering assistance for entertainment.
Does it state a name of any kind or some kind of regional way of referring to whatever this entity is?
There's only one, and it's the story that he's kind of the focus. And the story is called hold on. The story is called The Cautionary Tale of Mr. King. And it talks about somebody who slowly starts giving in to their base instincts, only to realize that they were nothing but a puppet dancing for Mr. King's entertainment.
Uh,
Alright, cool.
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
it's kind of a cautionary tale of, don't give in to, gluttony, greed, like the 7 deadly sins. Don't do that, because it's Mr. King pulling them strings. So that is probably the closest to what you're asking for.
meanwhile, Madrash is a celestial whore.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
Where is that story from, by the way? Like, what cultures are these stories from? Are they from like all over, or is it just from like a specific place?
These are from the Rivian Empire. It would be the equivalent of like the Grimm's fairy tales, where the author has gone traveling, collecting these stories, and then put them in a book and published it.
Okay, so it's not like these aren't like all of these stories are from like a certain place, or all of them are from like places all over the continent?
They're from all over the continent, but like some of them you can tell, like where there are fairies, it's closer to the woods and the mountains of like the western section of the continent. And then like when it involves like dwarves, elves, and other stuff like that, it's probably further east, since those are the regions that those would be interacting with.
Okay,
But
so it's
yeah, the cautionary tale of Mr. King is, it takes the main character, who's unnamed, is like living in a countryside town, eventually moves to a big city, And that's where they really let themselves go into all the depravity, debauchery, and other things that they're indulging in. You know, the pleasures of the city and city life.
All right, wonderful. Yeah, no, just keep reading.
Okay. Anybody else?
I think Isabel will just focus mainly on looking at Kane's Lake and just how big it is and not doing much of anything else.
Okay.
Assuming that there's not going to be much happening until later when travel comes to a stop, I have something for when we stop to make camp.
Okay.
But until that reaches, Madrash is good.
Okay. If there's nothing else that anyone would like to do. Okay. The day winds down. You guys begin to set up camp for the night. By your travel time, you should reach Whale Shore by tomorrow evening.
Okay. As soon as we, as soon as, like, I stop the cart, Madrash is going to take the puzzle piece and, like, toss it out so that it, expands. And he's going to turn around and he's going to say, he's going to look Jonah dead in the eye when he says this, but he's speaking to the group. I'm sorry for how I acted last night.
Well,
Madrashi's just gonna kind of grab a box of food out of the cart and just like start like as if there's not like a response after a couple seconds, Madrashi's gonna pick up a box and just like kind of shuffle away awkwardly.
oh,
I don't know if Clarity hears it because she's still looking at her pseudo dragon senses.
You would have been watching through the pseudo dragon during like the whole 8 hours of travel.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She's looking for something.
He's playing GeoGuessr.
Well,
I
at
think
this
Isabel.
point, at this point, the pseudo dragon would start to find a place to rest for the night, mostly due to the fact that it can't see super well at night while flying. It's kind of dangerous because more nighttime predators would have much better night vision than he would.
Okay, that's fair.
Last thing you want is your pseudo dragon to get eaten by an owl.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be great.
Munch, munch.
Imagine being like a scorpion dragon thing with
Getting hunted by a normal
wings,
ass
and you
owl.
get fucking ganked by an owl, dude.
Hey man,
Just a normal ass
owls can
owl.
be fucking huge.
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Like they
Or
eat-
just getting like punched at supersonic speed by a falcon.
yeah,
Doesn't matter if you're a little
One-shotted.
dragon with a scorpion tail. If your neck snaps.
yeah.
It's one-shotted by a falcon. It's like, it's over. Gotta resummon him. Wanna be here.
Punch.
Falcon punch. No, I think Isabel would start taking her stuff to go inside and be like, well, let's get in there so we can at least eat and have some semblance of safety. again. And she'll start going inside the tower.
I just walk in without a word.
I can help make dinner tonight.
If you would like to, I don't mind cooking. It keeps me busy.
Then I'll help prep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did we get any kind of weird meat off of anything recently? No, we were thinking about taking the Forest Guardian meat, but it was just filled with blood and it was gross.
Yeah, you guys just have regular dried meats.
I mean, I can see about setting
Yeah.
up some spider webs again. If we want anything more fresh.
That would be
Or we
helpful.
Or we can just eat some berries.
I'll just stand up when they start talking about this, and I'll leave the tower and I'll go to see if I can, like, before we lose light, like, see if I can get some, like, small game or something.
Okay. Make me a survival check.
MG.
Yeah, you're able to find a decent amount of, like ground squirrels, rabbits, some snakes, things of that nature. At this hour, actually, you know what? Do you want little things or something bigger?
I feel like if he sees something bigger, he'll just, like, grab that, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are able to successfully return after about an hour and a half of hunting with a whole deer.
Holy fuck.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so, like, leaves without a word, comes back, deer.
Oh, does anyone else know? Does anyone know how to butcher a deer?
I begin butchering.
Okay.
Okay.
He's not an expert, but he would probably know how to clean and dress an animal.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a normal thing for a peasant in this world to know.
Yeah. I'd say it, while you're able to clean it and get all the organs that are unedible out of there and no puncturing, the rest of the butchering is lackluster. The cuts of meat are sloppy, but edible.
Any preference in how this is prepared? We have options.
I mean, we could make it into a stew. That's probably the best option.
Stew's filling. Could take the ribs, could take the haunches. I only say that because using whatever we cook tonight, I could make broth for stew next time.
True. Whatever works best. We can cook the ribs and just have those. I don't know.
Sure. I'll do that then. Madrash will take like some of the trimmings of meat and just kind of use those to add flavor to whatever he's making, and just kind of use what he assumes, because Madrash has never butchered an animal, what he assumes are like the best tasting parts of the deer.
Okay.
Like liver and stuff.
I just imagine Isabel at this point just awkwardly sitting in a chair, like just tapping on her legs a bit, just being like, so are we gonna talk about everything or not?
When you just say that, Madrash visibly straightens his spine.
Oh, she doesn't say that. She looks like she's like
Okay.
It's like a era of like, you can tell she's like, are we gonna talk about it or?
While you're tapping, you'll notice Madrash's tail kind of flicks every now and then as you're tapping. But he keeps cooking.
God, I have a sudden urge to just do something really stupid right now.
What's the stupid thing, Obo?
I just want to have Vizim scream from like a distance, "Oh my God, get on with it!" Because he's just watching with like a bucket of popcorn, and he's just like, "This sucks."
I shoot at Viz. I shoot the drink out of his hand. He just sits there with a paper cup of pop, but like it's flowing out of a bullet hole in the bottom of it now. He's like into his lap.
What are we gonna do when we get back?
I assume that the first stop will be to get some magic items to protect against detection in the future.
Oh, yes.
After that, we resume our travels. We take the loot that was procured and see what we can do with it. Maybe see if the cannon can be affixed to the tower. If we can turn in the artifacts and other things from the dungeon and collect our reward for clearing the cherry. From there, I'm not sure.
Clarity, do we know who we're meeting in Whale Store?
I'll ask for more details later or tomorrow morning.
Okay, that's good.
Although we don't know much about, I don't think we know much about the town of Whaleshore, but if they have a few magic shops available, we could inquire. See if they just happen to have one on hand.
Wasn't there like something about Whale Shore? Or was it Kingsley that we were like, we gotta be wary of? I can't remember. Something.
Well, the reason why the little one's not here right now is because I wanted to take a good look at King's Lake. Madrash mentioned a while ago that there's an island that pops up and that the Circle of Iron is very interested in it. So
Oh, okay.
I was wanting to see if maybe they had some activity, and if so, what their next plan of action would be. So
Okay,
I don't know if that's what you're thinking of in particular, but
I knew how to deal with the Circle of Irons. I just couldn't remember what. I thought they had like a base there, but oh, they're searching for the island. That makes a lot more sense.
no idea why.
Magically disappearing island, maybe. I don't know.
Was there any, did any of those fairy tales have information on a moving island? Just in case, just in case.
Madrash is just gonna speak up and say, the island is supposed to be something important to the Circle of Iron, as in it is theirs. Was from what I had learned.
Apologies, I must be misremembering.
I could be wrong. It was a while ago, but I was just trying to not talk about our future plans whenever we could have unintentional visitors.
That's valid. That's valid.
Do I see any, like, magical sensors or anything like that? With my...
Doing a quick check, you do see one magical sensor, but it does wave at you and then disappear.
That
It was
was
Viz,
scene.
wasn't it? Yeah, that was Viz. Yeah. Okay.
That motherfucker. It waved. Pop his popcorn bucket. Shoot his soda.
Where is he?
Motherfucker.
Where's two?
He's not speaking out loud.
Okay.
Yeah, this is me. This is me looking for this motherfucker.
This is Red's vendetta.
Indeed. How dare he not pay me for the entertainment I am providing?
Right. So, do you want to leave that island be, possibly, or just if we see it, check it out?
I just wanted to see if the little one could see it. From what I remember, it kind of comes and goes, so it's more a chance thing. I think it wouldn't be worth it to look for it when we already have people looking for us.
True.
I also think it would be bad because we still don't know if they're watching.
Valid.
But you know what? It's been such a long time since we've all gotten together and sat at a table and enjoyed each other's company. So, it'll be nice. It's partly my fault because I tend to eat in my room, but I think eating at the table would be nice tonight.
We can all talk, share stories, and show each other we care about each other and be good friends. And Isabella, every time she says, like, friends care about each other, is looking at Jonah and then looks away.
There is a slow look up from his butcher job to, like, look you in the eye as you are very not
Subtle.
not subtle,
Trying
and
to
he's
be
just like,
subtle.
he's covered in, like, spatterings of blood from the butchering.
And every time you say that, Madrash just sinks lower into his neck.
Isabella's not trying to be subtle.
Out of curiosity, while all this is going on, what's Gleb doing?
The main character, please.
Save us, Gleb. You're our only hope.
I mean, mostly just kind of chilling, thinking to himself. Yeah, he's thinking over things and whatnot. But no, he's there.
Watching Isabel just being like, making it slightly more awkward.
I mean, like fully preparing for people to start talking to him, but since nobody has still questioned the other night at all.
Oh, Isabella's just like, oh. She's not. She's like, that makes a lot more sense considering you detached your hand to make it a spider.
Could just be magic, you don't know.
That's true.
No, he has a point.
Madrash is gonna finish like plating everyone's food, and after he finishes like setting the table, he's going to summon Hugh again, and just set him on the back of the chair. And Madrash is just gonna say, I'm gonna step out for some air. Feel free. And if you need me, you can always find me. And Madrashi's just gonna like step out the front door, and then pull up the the cloak of Elvenkind.
Oh my god.
Borf.
Or
I heard doggo.
I'm sorry.
How dare you? Can't believe you've done this.
Yeah. We should interrogate. Yeah, you know what? We should interrogate Clarity instead.
does how's everybody doing tonight?
Well, you know, thinking about making some more potions.
Clarity, Gianna, how are you guys doing tonight?
Peachy.
Well, for lack of subtlety, the tension isn't great, but
Try not to bring attention to it. It's never good
Well,
with reading the room.
I think it's important to bring up. So, what do you guys think Madrash left to go do?
I don't know. I wish he stayed so we can have a conversation, because I feel like we should all be here for it.
At this point, is dinner ready? Or
Yeah, address.
Yeah. Madrash set the table and left.
oh, great.
Like there's food on the table. He said, "Feel free to start eating without me," and
Okay,
stepped
sorry, I
outside.
missed that part.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't feel right to eat without him. To me.
No, I agree with you on that.
Okay. Well, I'll press the digitation to keep it warm.
Oh, that's what Madrash is doing.
Oh, I already did that.
Okay.
I did
Dead
that.
ass, if anyone sticks their head outside the front door, Madrash is just sitting in the cart looking over everything and just taking notes on a small piece of paper.
Yeah, I already did.
Okay.
What you
I
guys
wasn't
needed
sure
to
if you
get
did, so I was
information.
just, giving you that heads up.
Yeah. Oddly enough, there's quite a few like vases that are just like the same vase over and over, but it's just like I think it has like silver inlay, but could just be like shiny pyrite. But I guess they really liked this vase. There's like 5 of them.
There's like 5 of it.
Jonah is not saying anything, but he is like just looking at you guys with like a blank expression.
Are we gonna talk about last night? I was hoping someone else would do it, but I think I gotta be the one, and I'm bad at talking.
Sure, we can do that. Gleb, how are you feeling?
Immediately throws Gleb under the bus. Fucking. I don't think that was your intention, but that's funny as fuck.
I
I just
mean,
want to make sure, after everything, you're feeling all right. I don't know if there's any setbacks or anything I can do to help.
I wasn't the one who was stabbed, so how are you? Is that wound still closed? Are you still feeling okay?
She puts her hand over where her wound was, where she thinks she was. It's fine. It doesn't seem
Is
like
it
there's any. Is it?
is it actually fine, or are you hiding it from us?
I mean, last night she seemed okay. After you guys all left and we did a watch up there.
That's good.
I mean, personally, it was a big deal, but I think with bandaging it, it would have been all right. I didn't want to worry anybody any more than, I guess,
So
everyone.
what was Gleb? What was with the shifting to help clarity? Is that like something you can transform into, or is that something different?
Um, you know, it's a thing. Um, I mean, animals aren't the only thing I can change into, and I'm going to shift my form to look like Isabella.
Okay, that's a little freaky.
And then Jonah, and then Madrash, and then Clarity, and then Chrissy, and then in Billy Buckshot. And then back to my normal halfling self.
Oh, something you can just do.
Yeah.
And mimic their voices as well?
Not really. That's sort of something I've been working on, but I mean, I can look like all sorts of things. I haven't needed to do it much, but I guess the form you saw the other night, you could say is who I really am, I guess. At this point, it almost doesn't feel natural to be that way. But it's a whole weird thing. It's yeah.
Well, I'm glad that form could help Clarity, so could be useful in the future. We don't know.
And we just want you to be comfortable. So whatever form is the most comfortable with you, we're okay with it.
And whatever form that is, it is Gleb still.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I could find a form you wouldn't be okay with.
I mean,
Turns back into Isabella. How do you feel now?
that's just
Those
a
are
little
just
awkward.
Turns into Chrissy Buckshot.
Oh God.
Oh, mixing
No, I thought of
features. That's
no, I thought of
horrifying.
a worse one. I thought of
It's
a
Maybe
worse
Chrissy's
one.
face, but it's just Billy Buckshot.
I'll just be
No,
justice
here's
from
a worse
salt.
one. Imagine Gleb learns about Jonah's sister and becoming Jonah's sister. That would be
Oh,
worse.
God.
You don't know what she looks like.
Nope.
I said, imagine if he did learn about what she looks like. That's what would make it worse.
That's gonna be rough.
Exactly. Okay.
Well,
Um,
siblings, I think are off the table. Please.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to cause emotional harm and damage to people. At least not people I care about, so I'll probably avoid
That,
those ones.
that makes sense.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god, I'm sorry. This is serious, but all I can think is that scene from Rick and Morty where the car's like, keep Summer safe, and it turns into this police officer's dead son and then melts in his hands.
oh, I know that scene with the spider universe. No.
Keep Summer safe. uh
Yeah, Isabel will be like, well, I don't have any siblings. I was an only child back home, so just if I show you what my parents are like, just don't turn into them. That's what's on for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't plan them. Don't worry. What what exactly makes somebody a sibling, though? I guess I kind of want to ask.
Well, as far as I'm aware, your mom and dad have you, and then they have another child. And that's a sibling, or you can have a really close friend and you consider them a sibling. Could be blood, could not be blood. Depends on the person.
But yeah, I mostly wanted to keep that other form secret. Mostly because I don't know much about it still. I'm trying to figure things out with it. I don't know if you've noticed, but Madrash and Clarity already know about it.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, Midrash and Clarity were the first to know I'm not from this world, dimension, universe. I don't know how to put into words, so fair is fair.
I was just worried that you all getting to know it would get some corporations angry at you.
I work for Billy, so I don't have ties to any corporation. I just work for Billy. Have for about a year now, maybe 6 months. I don't know. It's been a while.
A year is a while, huh?
Oh, considering I was in the Gladiator Arena for longer, yeah.
Okay.
Well, Madrash is back. Let's eat, shouldn't we?
Sinks down into the chair in the corner. Yeah.
I mean, let's have a nice meal, fill our bellies. Then, I don't know, what would come after that?
When Madrash, just before Madrash sits down, he will go up to Gleb and say, I'm not sure if this would help at all, but identify works on people as well as objects. It might help you. It might do nothing. I don't want to give you false hope. It might help. If
Am
you
I an
want.
object? Am I an object?
No, it works on people. It just tells you all the magic that it's affecting you, which might give you some information.
I mean, I think I know most of what I need to know. It's more of what I can do, I guess.
Okay, if you don't want to, it's fine. I was just trying to offer in case it would help.
Well, thank you. I think I'm okay for now.
And of course, if there's anything that we can do to assist you, in regards to discovering and figuring yourself out, I mean, we're always available.
Well, I think I'll be sure to use that if I need to. Don't worry. So enough about me.
Who's next that we're going to talk about?
Jonah's just been eating. He's just been eating.
I mean, if you guys have any questions about where I'm originally from, I'll try to answer the best I can. I already know I can't explain some of it well, because the concept doesn't exist here. And she's just remembering the talk about organ donation with clarity. That's the first thing that came to her mind.
I mean, at this point, I think there's still a lot of concepts about this world that I'm trying to learn, and not. I don't. There's a lot going on here. I don't know if I need to worry about elsewhere. So I'm all good with questions for you.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm still wondering about this world too. I had to learn a new language when I came here. That was fun.
That sounds like a nightmare. I just kind of knew him.
Yeah, I didn't.
All right. Well, I guess if we're not gonna talk about the elephant in the room, I will talk about the elephant in the room.
Change my face to look like an elephant.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Gleb, you gotta do that more often for lighthearted moments. Around us, not around other people. I'll clarify that. That was funny. But go ahead, Clarity.
So far as I'm aware, as of recently, there have been 3 seances, and they were done alone. And of those 3 seances, bad things happened. For example, Jonah unfortunately getting put in a bind because of Istrix in Meridian with having to leave a gateway or opening of some sort open when he left. And Midrash, when he started crying and foaming black ooze on the mouth. And of course, last night, with our recent events, I think after much deliberation, it would be wise if we are to do a seance that we should have the other party members be available.
Did anything come of that seance besides the stabbing? Was there anything else that happened? Because I mean, the first one was, Istrix got mad, and we kind of did leave a gateway open. But did anything come of this one? And Isabel will look at Jonah, being like, "Did anything happen?" But obviously, she's not referring to the stabbing.
Is there, Obo, is there anything I can, glean from the vision I had?
One second.
Because, I have something, but not, yeah.
As far as you know, the vision that you had was almost from the perspective of people on the receiving end of that spear, but all at once from hundreds of people.
I got to see or feel the pain and see the perspective of many of the spear's victims. Also, I know, or rather have a idea of how difficult the curse is to remove by normal means. More specifically, removing it is beyond our ability, and the removal of it could incur the anger of something.
Of what curse?
So we're
From the spear.
talking about the one where Gleb had to like do his thing to
Okay.
so we could dual clarity.
Yes, more specifically, intervention by other beings could cause trouble, so
Oh, that is not good.
I doubt it.
So,
I doubt they would care that Gleb did it. More specifically, if we had a powerful ally who helped us, it may sour waters. So there's probably someone around who is entwined with higher powers that does not like having Flaylin's authority messed with.
Oh,
I see.
you would think they would want it to be messed with, because Whelan's trying to separate everything. Well, that's actually a little interesting.
I wonder who that could be. I mean, the god seemed okay with him to a point, and well, Kayana gave it to him as a blessing. Curse, I suppose, depending on who you're. Sorry?
The spear is separated into 3 parts, right?
That is correct.
I have to be right back. 1 second. I have been recruited.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay. I was just with the symbol on it, the 3 swirls. Because I just wonder if it's like the swirls were supposed to mean Whalen, his wife, and his daughter, and now it was separated into 3 parts to also represent that. Could be overthinking that, but if not, it's an interesting prospect.
I see. It is an interesting theory. I do have a question.
Yeah, for everyone or someone specific?
Just in general. Maybe I'm a bit over eager, but do we have a plan for after we turn in this stuff from the cherry dungeon?
I
Like,
don't. Oh. We obviously are gonna have some trouble on our heels for a while. Because of how that went down.
I mean, from the way I see it, there's really, I guess, 2 options. Maybe 3. Seems like we might. Well, we do know of the location of a descendant. We could try to intervene and protect them or stop them from joining the Circle of Iron.
Option 2 would be?
I was gonna say, see if we could collect some more fragments, but I mean, no matter what, I think we're a target now. So I don't know if we're able to keep up our normal livelihoods.
And it sounds like option 3 would just be for us to pretend nothing happened. Which we can't do.
No. I don't think we can do that anymore.
If you agree on the idea of in for a penny, in for a pound, then maybe we could turn in what we have and then make our way towards some sources of information that we have. See what we can find out, and if possible, like you said, pursue the lead of possible descendant. And if we think that that's not a productive use of our time, we could look for another.
I do think either finding a descendant or finding another fragment would be the best options we have. So what do you guys want to do? Go try to save the descendant, or try to get ahead and find the other fragment before they do?
Combo question.
Avatar.
What is a descendant? Is it just like somebody's kid?
Well, in this particular instance, I am a descendant of Waylon.
That is something that is making me curious, though. We know he had a daughter, right? But didn't he kill his daughter? Did she have like a kid we don't know about, or did he have more kids?
I'm not too sure either. That's that. I mean, I've read through plenty of books. Unfortunately, all I could get from the marks is that those who are marked are a descendant of Waylon. But now I've learned that marks can move. So I could have just gotten this mark out of the blue from somebody. Who knows? But in this particular case, the 5 descendants, or I suppose the better wording would be the marked ones, are supposed to, according to my brother, come together and allow Fwaylin to be reborn.
So maybe they're not descendants, because your brother mentioned a gate. Maybe they're wearing the keys to unlocking Boylan. Or letting him be reborn, one or the other.
Well, historical texts are weird and they're not always correct. I mean, technically the first wording of descendants that you guys are aware of is from Meridian, from that scroll from the Iron Keepers. They use that word to speak of the marked ones.
Did your parents have the mark before you?
No.
Hmm.
From what I was told, someone in my family did have a mark. They were being coerced by the Iron Circle. They met what the Iron Circle would consider an outer worlder, and they decided they didn't want to be a part of that life. So they found a way to leave and hide. Yeah. Now, with
Oh.
that being said, it has run in my family, but not every generation has it.
Were you... I guess my biggest question is, were you born with the mark? Or
Yes.
was the mark put on you after whoever had it died?
I was born with it.
Obo.
Yes.
With what knowledge I have of curses, do I know if curses which might be like hereditary, things like that, like obviously they might have a thing where they skip generations or stuff. To get rid of those, are they usually able to be passed on, or are there restrictions? Like, if this is something that has to be one of the descendants of Fuelan, would he be able to move it to another family member or descendant of Fuelan?
So, I can only partially answer your question.
Yeah, no worries.
Due to the nature of curses, there are very specific and arbitrary triggers and ways of breaking them. And they also have very specific ways that they function. They are far more rigid than like generic magic, where generic magic is speak incantation, fuel with energy, have specific items nearby, and then boom, magic happens. Where curses are, they're far more intricate than that, but they're also way more open-ended. So you would basically have to evaluate this curse to see how it functions. Like, you know, what are the rules for this curse and what it does. And there are ways to do that, but it'd be like difficult. It'd be like a very strange way of casting Identify.
I was about
to
to
get
say.
that info.
I was literally about to ask, like, ask Clarity if she wanted me to cast Identify on it to see if we could glean anything, but
Yeah,
Madrash wouldn't know that. Madrash
Yeah,
wouldn't know what Jonah just figured, is realizing. So
the
Um,
simple explanation is you'd basically have to use Identify as if you were trying to like determine, what is ailing a body or like diagnosing a computer problem. Like the spell itself is the tool, but you'd have to use it in different ways to diagnose what is going on.
yeah. So Madrash will. I don't know if you additionally would be open to this, but have you? I assume you haven't had anyone else look at the mark or try to help you identify it. But that is a capability I have, if that can lend any information to you.
Well, no, I haven't actually shown people this mark. My mom and dad always said to keep it hidden, so I tried my best to, listen to them. But if you're open to taking a look at it and identifying it, I don't mind. Maybe not at the table while we're eating, but
Identify
sure, we can do
alone
that
won't
later
get
tonight.
it.
Oh,
Would it get us something at least, though?
Maybe. It wouldn't happen in one cast, and you would need to do it multiple times and in different ways. It would be better to speak to somebody who specializes in something like this and get their help while we do it. At least it would make it a higher chance of finding the properties of the curse. I know some people. I can see if they can point me in a direction of somebody once we get back to the city. Though it probably won't be cheap.
If it helps us be able to just get the information that we actually need, it would be worth it, though. I think that's something we do, and with that knowledge, we could probably go help the other one that's marked. Or possibly find ways to find others who are marked. You guys think that's a good plan? Understand the mark Clarity has, and then try to see if you can go help the one that's being hunted by the circle?
I do worry about putting 2 of, how many did you say? 5 of the things that they're looking for in the same place.
yes.
It would make it an easier target. But I guess at the same time, we would have more defense overall, because there would be more of us.
Or at the very least, we could get her to know what she needs to stay safe. And she can stay hidden and make it harder on them.
I think there may be another option. I have my own channels of information that I can look into. If you feel like, as a party, the thing we need to know most about is the mark. If we could figure out a way to remove the mark, if it is all right with you guys, I think I should keep my mark. I've been thinking about it for a bit since a few days ago, and well, my objective in a way is still the same. I do not wish to allow the Circle of Iron to summon Foylan, and if it is by my hand to keep the mark away from them, then I shall continue to do that. So, simply giving up my mark isn't something that I'm looking to doing. However, I also would not wish for other people necessarily to have to suffer because of that. So if there is a way to remove it and maybe put it on my body, or I suppose if, well, yes, my body, then I'll do it.
I think that's a better idea than what we had before.
Additionally, what about, I don't pretend to know much about curses, but if we put too many cursed marks on one individual, that might cause for some unforeseen mishaps, just to think about. And if if multiple marks cannot be held by one individual, or should not be held by one individual, maybe it's better if we kept it close, as in another one of us.
I wouldn't ask for you guys to do that.
You didn't.
I would be willing to help. That way you're not in even more trouble than you already are.
Yeah, I feel like at this point this is an everybody thing.
As smart as you are, Clarity, you seem to forget that it hurts us to watch you hurt yourself.
Well, someone needs to get hurt, I suppose.
And it doesn't have to be you. If the 5 of us get stronger, and the 5 of us are united against them, it'll be harder for them to convince someone else. If we all bear it, and we all know we can't join them, it makes it that much harder for them to free or summon Foylan, whichever it is.
And based on the information we were given from Vizim, the question for Momo: the party knows what Vizim told you, right? Or no?
As far as I'm aware, everyone was there except for Jonah when Clarity asked to spend time alone with the sprite.
That's right. As far as I'm aware, the Circle's current intention and Foylan's historic intention may not be the same. I think it might do well for us to research not only our enemy, but what they consider an ally. Because if we have the information that they misinterpret, then I am reluctant to say, if they don't know what they're trying to summon, that may be a boon for us.
That's true.
I may or may not have one more thing. I don't know if it was a different avenue that they were going down to try to get to their end goal, or if it's a thing that they fully require. But the other night, when I was healing you, Clarity, I made a weird connection to the wound, to the poison, to whatever was left in you. And I guess, like, I learned something. I had a memory of sorts from before we had met. I don't know if it's a requirement for what the circle is doing. But I believe they need, or they were trying to make some sort of host for Satanta. I don't know why or how, but I don't know if that's even relevant to them anymore, considering this would have happened a little more than maybe a year ago.
This is relevant, actually.
I don't know.
I guess
ahead.
Jonah wasn't there. Sorry, go ahead.
I say go ahead first.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Jonah wasn't there, so I feel like with Gleb's information, it's best that everybody stays on the same page. Clarity's gonna take out her journal and do some flipping. So I guess have a seat. We're gonna talk about my patriarch. Well, for lack of a better term, the tale has changed from what Vazimus told us, and what history has written and what actually happened is different. But from what history has written down is that Satanta cut a tree, and that tree was sacred to the Fae. And as punishment, one of the Archfaes took Satanta's wife and daughter. Satanta desperately wanted to get them back, so he realized that by any means necessary he would do whatever it took. So he sought out a legendary blacksmith named Kaihana, and after much begging or pleading, Kaihana made him the Wolf's Fang, which is the fragment that we have. And with the Wolf's Fang, Kaihana also gave Sitanta a new name as a nice little celebration for going down the path of vengeance, which is Fuelin. And off Fuelin went to go hunt the Fae. I'm not sure if you want the whole story, but Sitanta does have a connection to Fuelin in the fact that they are the same person.
Yeah, I knew about just about all that.
I think as you mentioned that last part, I like shrink down on my chair a little bit.
Sorry.
Sorry, can you repeat that last part? I couldn't quite hear it. My headset unplugged, to be honest.
From clarity?
Yeah.
So for boiling down everything, Sitanta and Fuelin are the same person.
Okay.
That is their connection. They're the same.
Yeah.
And
And
he's just sitting there, not surprised. He
so
told you all this before we left the city.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's extra relevant now. In that memory, when I was still in my old home in the lab, it was some people with the little circle of iron emblem talking and discussing about me, I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't have undeniable evidence, but I'm pretty sure they were talking about me. And they said I was a failed clone of Sitanta.
Huh.
So you were meant to be an artificial body of Sitanta for Fuelin to inhabit?
Or you're
Yes.
meant to be Fuelin?
Have you... I ask this begrudgingly, but have you touched the sword, the spear fragment, since we've gotten it?
Just the poison. Just the shards or whatever that was in Clarity.
And that minor contact brought a memory to you?
Yep.
Are you suggesting Gleb should touch it to see if more memories come back?
I'm
I
asking
really don't want to
Gleb
stab
if
somebody.
I'm I'm asking Gleb if he would like to touch the spear fragment, in the hopes that it would give him additional insight to his past. But I don't think the spear itself will make you lash out. Though it would make, personally, me feel better if, while you held on to it, we maybe had it stuck into a tree stump, or Isabella was holding it, or something similar. If you were interested. I don't want to pressure you, Gleb. I just...
I mean, I could try. Any other memory I have is mostly just like sitting on a shelf, staring at spider webs, being fed things. I don't really remember much more than that outside of the day that you and Clarity found me, so I don't know if I think shortly after that memory I was sold off.
Would you like to touch the sword, Gleb?
Looks like he wants to say something, but he's just like kind of sitting there, like tented hands, just eyes closed.
I mean, I feel like this is a good opportunity for everybody to have an opinion on whether or not I do that.
I would hold
Like-
on to it while you touch it that way. It's some form of protection, and we could all do it together. Maybe have other ways of protection around us.
I'm quite strong. I don't know if you could hold it for me, and I flex a little.
You do
he
realize,
can turn into an elephant, if you haven't noticed.
I know, but
Not quite.
I am quite drawn of myself, so thanks to these gauntlets, so I'm pretty strong too, Gleb, so you don't have to worry about hurting me or anything.
I'm curious on your opinion, Gleb, first, if you don't mind.
I mean, I'll give it a shot if we think it's the right way to go. I don't know if I'll be able to get much more out of it, but I can certainly try. I kind of feel like
Clarity?
that was just a matter of luck and stress that all lined up and that came back to me.
Yes.
Do you have an opinion?
If I suppose my fear would be Gleb not being a failed experiment and what possibilities could happen if he were to touch the fragment. Hello?
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah, we heard
Okay.
you.
Sorry, I just wanted to
We were just
check.
All
Thinking. We're stewing it over.
freaking out silently.
I think no matter whoever touches it, that's a risk we'll have to take.
Gleb, do you know if, in theory, another incident happens and somebody gets hurt, would you be able to do the same thing again?
I don't know.
Great.
Maybe. I mean, I didn't. It doesn't feel like I had any like permanent effects from it other than healing you. I felt fine. I felt myself since then.
Are you able to just do that normally?
To what normal?
Consume, I guess, curses like that?
I don't think so, normally. It may have just been my connection to Zatanta and the spear's connection back to him.
And I tried to form a connection with it. That happened. We don't know what kind of effect or side effect will happen if you come in full contact with it. Maybe we should start smaller. Just consuming the curse itself brought back memories to you, so actually holding it could do something pretty big. If you can do that again, what if I make a small cut on the blade and you take it? See if that brings anything back. Paper cut, something that won't bleed too horrendously bad.
I mean,
We could draw straws for it.
I could try.
We draw straws. The shortest one gets cut.
I mean, this is also not something we need to do tonight. We can give it a little bit more time, and get this feather gone and everything. And
About this. We get back to the city. We find that cursed expert, or at least try to. Right? And then we get in a safe place and we do this. And none of this straw shit. It's my idea. I'll take the cut. Besides, I don't like the idea of drawing straws and then Isabella gets cut. And now she's in the front lines bleeding.
I don't like the idea of anyone getting cut. But I feel like if it's a chance we're all willing to take, we should all have a chance to put ourselves at risk.
If we're confronting the elephant in the room, Jonah, I'm just going to be clear and say it. I don't like you trying to punish yourself and sacrifice yourself. So, yes, you may have had the dumb idea, but I've had plenty of dumb ideas that you've taken over. So, please stop trying to make a martyr of yourself. Once again, like Clarity, it hurts us to watch you hurt yourself. Madrashi's gonna set his rifle on the table and walk away.
Let's do that. Let's get more information we can, and then possibly either have someone that's cut, or if it can be done safely. Glad
You're so quiet.
Oh, sorry.
Hikari.
There we go. Am I better?
Yes.
How about now? Oh, that was the wrong one. Okay.
I just turned a car up to like 175%.
Yeah, I have Hikari at 200. Also, Red, you have a little bit of background TV noise that is kind of drowning Hikari out.
Damn it.
I'm sorry, bud.
Here, I'll turn it. There we go. That should maybe. Yeah, my dad's watching.
There, I took my headset off. There we go.
Ludicrous.
That's way louder, way better. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, just took it off. All right, so let's wait until we get back home to do this. That way we're someplace safe. And familiar.
You still hear the TV.
A bit.
Much less.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
It's fine. Hikari's now louder, so it's not a problem anymore.
Yeah, just 1 second. I gotta turn up the. I'll turn my threshold.
Alright.
Watching
Uh.
stupid politics podcast.
Let's get some sleep. We gotta get to Whale Shore first before anything happens.
Right. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right, wonderful.
Well, is there anything else that we feel like needs to be discussed before we head out?
Just like I said, if you have any questions about where I'm from, I'll answer them the best of my abilities. I've already tried explaining some of it to Clarity, and that didn't go well.
Jonah will just leave the table. Oh, hold on. Wait. All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, it was being weird.
You're fine.
Jonah will just leave the table.
Okay. Great talk, everybody.
You know, there was no shouting, so it went better than it could have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Clarity, would you like to go do some watch?
Sure. I'll take first watch with you, Gleb.
Cool.
Alright. I'll go to sleep. Don't do anything dumb.
We're gonna do a seance.
Isabel sighs and is like, I was more thinking of you letting Gleb touch the spear without us being around. So,
Ah.
at that point, do that. The spear needs to be in someone else's hands. I'm going to bed. You
Good
guys
night.
wake me up for second watch. Let's just hope tomorrow's less tense.
Tomorrow will be a better day.
Did Madrash and Jonah go to bed, or are you just like elsewhere?
Madrash is at the top of the tower.
And Jonah,
Jonah
we're
is
assuming, has gone to bed, but not necessarily sleep.
I'm just assuming he's sulking in the corner.
So I assume Red will tell us when he gets back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But for now, he's just laying on his bed, staring at the ceiling.
But yeah, when you guys go to do watch, there's resistance on the trapdoor at the top. It's not I'm barring it. It's Madrash just set his tail on the trapdoor so that people hopefully know he's up there.
Before we go up there, I'm gonna leave because it seemed pretty obvious that people weren't eating terribly well.
Yeah, Madrash's bowl is untouched.
I'm gonna leave a couple of good berries on the table, and then probably put one on the pillow of everybody who's not in bed.
Yeah, what did you with your baby?
The goberry. I like a goberry. It tastes fruity.
My daily tax of I cast Goodberry every single day, no matter what. I will use these damn things.
I will use these goddamn things.
Well, I guess Clarity will go ahead and say, "Hey, first watch. Why is this thing so heavy?"
You'll hear Madrash scuff his tail off the top of it. And he'll just go sit against the wall in the corner of the tower. Hey, God, can we have the tower map, by the way?
Yes, please. I would like to see that layout again.
Okay.
Power.
The tower, power. Okay. 10 here. Just for a second. Got it. Got it. But yeah, after I get those good berries all spread out amongst the tower for people to snack on when they find them, I'll head on up too.
Oh,
I forgot, what does Gleb's
Maybe.
token even look like?
Who even
A
am
little
I?
Gleb.
Gleb
I
is
can be
clearly
anyone.
Gleb is, in fact, a Gleb. Oops.
That's a horse. That's not
That,
a Gleb.
that was a whole ass horse.
it
Hold
could
on.
be Gleb.
I want to make
Any
sure
one
it
of
was
these
not.
tokens could be Gleb.
Technically, you're not wrong, but also shush you.
There's Gleb.
There's a Gleb.
What else
That's
is their
Gleb.
face? Mine's zoomed out.
I'm a symbol.
Yeah, we gotta
Oh.
get token art for everybody. Like official artwork.
Okay.
One day, when the DM has money and doesn't throw it away on stupid things.
Well, how did you feel about the group's meeting today, Madrash?
I find it harder and harder to speak with Jonah because every single time it seems like he wants to punish himself for something. And while I appreciate his input on some things, it's rough to feel like I'm constantly being talked down to. I picked up that rifle so that I could get to know him and spend time with him and show him that I'm not a total fuck up. And trying to at least even list off options. It was no, but hold on, wait, don't do that. And it kind of just sucks.
I'm sorry that you've been feeling that way towards him, and I can understand why that would be frustrating. Would you say you still trust him?
If I didn't trust him, I wouldn't have let him in the tower.
Fair enough.
I'm frustrated at how things happened yesterday. I lost every semblance of composure I had. I have a few things to apologize for, but I'm not the only one who should be saying I'm sorry. And you're the last person that should need to say that they're sorry. For clarity.
Well,
I at no point during this journey have thought you've asked me for a single thing. And because I have cared about what you thought, I have tried to do my very best not to get in your way, at least. Hell, when I tried to trace back the magic of those apples in Meridian, what's the word? I apologized for my rash behavior, and I have not tried to utilize my magic like that since. I'm trying to watch what I do, because I'm trying not to get in anyone's way. And I still feel like a child amongst adults. And I genuinely do not understand why. I'm trying to take the tantrum I threw last night and not put it behind us, but acknowledge where I fucked up. But every time it comes to hurting themselves, it infuriates me that Jonah goes, "No, I'm going to hurt myself for all of you." Because he's decided that he deserves some kind of divine retribution, and we're going to be his punishers. I'm not one to kink shame, but I didn't consent to his power fantasy. And it is hard enough watching you be sorry for existing because of that damned mark on you. But at least I understand and know about why you're sad. He doesn't trust any of us to tell anything about himself. I will continue to make sure that none of you die if it's within my power. But yeah, I feel a little betrayed. I feel a little hurt. Actually, a lot. But what am I gonna do except smile and wave? Because that's all I'm good at.
I mean, you blew that guy's head off a couple weeks ago. That was pretty good.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Clef.
I think you have grown a lot. I will be the first to tell you that, yeah, you fucked up big in Meridian. And, you paid the price for it. But, I mean, I'm just glad that we were able to get to you. And hopefully, you know, you learned your lesson and you know now not to do something like that alone. I'll be honest. Jonah's asked me to perform that seance twice yesterday. And I'm glad you're easy to trust, but a part of me was worried that if I said no enough, maybe, I don't know.
He would have just done it alone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I will still apologize, however. I probably should have informed everyone, but I also just don't know how seances work. Do they work better with less people? More people? I don't know. But
I have no
I
idea.
mean-
I've never conducted a seance in my life.
but I can tell he's hurting. And I think because of him having a silent pain, and for me having a silent pain, I can sort of empathize with that. And I want to hope that maybe Monday he'll open up, but it seems that whatever wound he's harboring, it seems to be a lot deeper than even we know. So
I've tried time after time to show and display to him that I mean to be friends. I've tried to not only keep him alive in fights, I tried to... My words came out wrong yesterday, but I tried to tell him that it's because I care about him that I didn't do something more rash. And then he asked me to do that very rash thing, if it would make me feel better. And I don't know how to tell him. And I can seduce nobles, but I don't know how to tell this man that I give a shit about him in any way that he will understand, because those words seem to not exist in his codex in that order. And even watching him just go, it was my dumb idea, so I'm gonna do it. I didn't put my rifle on the table to throw a fit. I put it on the table to show him that I've been trying to reach out to him. I've been trying to get along with him. I've been trying to be his friend, only for him to throw it back in my face and say we were never friends. It's frustrating, Clarity, because everyone else plays nice. Isabella gives me a hard time, but she's not interested in anything that I try to do to make life easier for us, but she's not rude, she's not mean, she just says, I'm not interested. Gleb, the beautiful bastard that he is, he throws himself in front of danger for us, but because he physically becomes something else, and I watch him constantly just sit back and observe us, just taking in all the information he can. And I'm starting to get worried Gleb's going to become as fucked up as we are, because he's just watching us bicker and fight these last few days. It's just frustrating that, like... It's frustrating that... I can believe that you don't hate me. I can believe that Isabella doesn't hate me. I can believe Gleb doesn't hate me. But every step of the way, Jonah has just almost seemed targeted in his assault against every kindness that we have shown him. It's not that he not only wants to be alone, it's that he doesn't want to be friends. I've tried. I don't know what else to try. I tried explaining to him that he meant a lot to me. I tried showing him, and tomorrow Isabella's gonna bring up the stupid fucking conversation again. But like, I don't know what I can do for Jonah. I can't do anything for him. He's keeping secrets from us because he doesn't trust us, but suddenly his eyes changed color. I try not to pry into people's pasts. I understand that people will talk about it when they want to talk about it. You're dealing with the fact that your brother is working for the evil people, trying to bring back what is a curse upon your entire family lineage. And we're sitting here bickering like children. And you're still saying you're sorry.
Relationships truly are something that can be really hard to fully grasp. I'm not sure what we do, aside from keep reassuring him that we care. I know it doesn't feel good, feeling like he's dismissing that, but I think pushing him isn't going to make him feel any better either. I don't know. I don't know what the best course of action is. Isabella and I talked about it a little bit last night, and I think we just decided that the best thing to do is show him we care, and I mean, it's a talk we need to have. Unfortunately, we're just in a really weird, fucked up situation to have it. But I will say, in regards to your other point, I think you have matured. I think you're not gonna go off on your own and do something silly. So I'm proud of you for that. Unless you have you?
No.
No.
The closest I considered doing was using the spider silk to make small articles of clothing for everyone. And I thought that would just upset everyone, so I just sold them. You're right. Understanding people is difficult.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm in a weird place because I had to grow up quick. Being a 9-year-old, having a pouch of money, and running around trying to stay alive, you learn to grow up very fast. And unfortunately, that meant not truly being able to form relationships, so I'm not exactly sure what to do.
To be fair, the only friend I had was, well, a bard named Jem. And once again, I am too sober to talk about and too sad to talk about him.
Well, I guess I could ask Jonah for a drink.
I've got a cask. I just... But that aside, I've only had one relationship. You lot are the first group of people that have not tried to use me for either some kind of exotic, erotic, or what is the word I'm looking for? Like a sideshow freak. You've not used me as something to conquer. You've not used me as a staple. We had a job, we did it, and then we stuck together for a second job. And we have had each other's back. And I was hoping we would continue to have each other's back. But I don't know... I don't know what's going on. My first fuck-up resulted in the death of a man, so... My first big fuck-up. And you've even been dealing with the after effect of that. The troll that has been after me? That's from the Gold Tree family. Their son challenged me to a duel because I didn't know his fiancée was the goblin I was banging. And he challenged me to a duel. I accidentally killed him, protected by the rules of a duel, but his family sought to have me killed.
Which is very silly if you ask me.
I didn't even know she had a fiancé until he challenged me to a duel. I didn't know why he was trying to duel me until I saw her on the sidelines. He never even told me. I had no idea. I've had people who wanted to duel me for a what is it? For a chance to show their dominance against the 10-foot tall dragonborn. I'm a staple. I'm unique. If they can beat the big bad dragon, then they can get their princess. And I oblige. Most of the time they'll slip me a couple silver coins and, you know, I heal myself up after. But... I don't know. So I'm just sitting up here and I don't want to go downstairs. I just want to sit here until I'm either not mad or until daybreak, whatever comes first.
Well, I suppose if you're looking to not be mad, if you could do some sit-ups or
push-ups. I've heard that helps relieve the anger. At least give you something to do.
Maybe.
I know it's a little off topic, but I've been thinking, what makes somebody somebody's parent?
Parent?
Because, like, Isabella mentioned to me that, people that you're related to can be, you know, or your relatives can be blood related, or they could just be, like, close friends.
Ah.
I know, like, a lot of the time people are like, if you're born, they're your parent. I was kind of thinking, like, technically, Madrash is the reason I was born? And you were also there, Clarity. Are you two technically like my parents?
Drash just get this like this confused look, and he just goes, "Well, the funny part is I can't say you're wrong, Gleb, but
I was not ready
no.
for this.
So I guess that's all on your perspective because typically for blood relation it's easy to explain. For not blood relation it would be someone you look up to, someone who guides you, someone who fills the same role that a parent typically fills. And by those aspects, I do believe that you could consider Clarity like a mother to you, but for myself, I don't think I quite fit the criteria.
No, I think this could be positive. Madrash, you now have a somebody looking up to you, and you should be a good role model.
Clarity, I'm not silly. I'm not ignorant. I know I fathered many children.
Okay.
I have attempted to reach out to several, if not many, of the women that I have slept with in order to ask. But I don't think I've gotten a single response from anyone that has told me that I have a kid. As far as I know, I really don't have a kid, but I'm not so ignorant that I would believe that I don't. Also, Meridian literally paid me. Well, paid is not the right word. Makes me sound like a harlot, but for lack of a better term, they wanted us to stick around for fresh blood in the city. So who knows?
Yeah.
Next time we visit in 10 years, there may be a bunch of kobolds. Or dragonborn.
Is that how that works? I don't know.
No, but I believe kobolds have a litter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very friendly with the shopkeep.
Meepo.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you say it like that? Hikari, please, goddammit. Oh my god. Just the distant Meepo. Fucking hell.
Well, I won't talk anatomy with you, Gleb, unless you really want to. But yes, usually a mother and a father will love each other very much, and the two of them will bear a child, and that child will grow up, and that, that will be their parents. And you were asking about siblings as well. Same thing applies. Mother and father, have a child, another child, and those two children are now siblings. I can draw a family tree if that helps. But I suppose if you look up and see one of us as parents, then I suppose, in a way, yeah, you could be considered one of our children.
Okay. I was just
I
kind of
hate this.
curious. Oh, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. I don't know. I mean, obviously I'm not normal. I don't know how many other beings have been birthed and raised in a jar in a lab, so
You'd be surprised.
but so Madrash, you're staying up here for a bit? Join us for watch.
I don't want to go downstairs yet.
Okay.
If you two need privacy, I can make my way back later, but
No, it's fine. I'm gonna go do a thing. I've been thinking of some stuff to do as a spider. I'm gonna see if it'll work. But I'm gonna leave a little friend here, and I'm gonna rip off my arm and throw it on the ground.
Great.
being more violent with his transformations. Jesus.
The
It's
subtlety is
gonna-
gone. Don't need to be so. Oh my god.
It's gonna transform into a nice little cat. This'll just let me know if anything happens while I'm gone, and I guess if something bad happens to me, it will probably like melt, I guess. I don't know.
If the cat melts, I'm going to grow wings and come after you.
Okay, that's fine.
The newly formed cat takes 2 shaky steps forward, falls into a puddle of goo, and then reforms itself and continues to walk.
That's not normal. That is not normal.
I'm still kind of new at this. Okay, I've only done this with spiders mostly. Maybe like a snake next time. I don't know.
In my mind, the meme, that's my boy. No, my boy! Father hell!
Yeah, I'll be back. I should be back before watch is over. Shouldn't take too long, I don't think. Maybe. I'm gonna climb up onto the rampart. And just start shifting and walking down the walls on the outside.
Oh boy.
What the fuck is that doing?
They grow
She's
so
doing glad
fast.
things.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. Things.
I love gleb things.
I think. Would you mind taking watch real quick, Madrash? Just a little bit. Just look that way. I'll be right back.
Are you going down the trap door?
No. But I will not be able to hear you if you do something. Or react if you do something.
I'm concerned.
I understand. I was confused, but now I think I understand.
It shouldn't take too long. I'm going to look through my familiar's senses.
And
Yeah.
Madrash, as you phase out, Madrash waits a second and says, "I'll just tap you on the shoulder if I need." Oh, she can't hear me.
Let's see. Roll
Maybe I shouldn't
me,
tap her on the shoulder.
Amumu, roll me a d20.
Oh, okay. No modifiers, just a flat d20.
Just a fuck. Just a d20.
Bless you. Oh no.
Just a fuck.
Ah!
Oh, great.
The
Okay.
lower the number, the better, right?
Oh no, this was
No.
odds or
Right.
evens.
Okay.
Can I?
No, let's keep it. Odds would be good.
The odds are this is not in our favor.
So, currently, your pseudo dragon had made it to Whale Shore and had found a perfect little nest in order to that wasn't being used to sleep for the night. And then he starts to begin to get jostled about and realize that the occupants of that nest have just arrived, but have not noticed him, and they begin to nestle down and go to sleep. So he's just sitting there underneath a fairly large bird. Just isn't moving.
If I don't move, it'll be fine. If I don't move, it'll be fine. Fuck.
I truly am being so cruel to the little one today, aren't I? I say this out loud.
Oh no.
I could just poof him back. But I really need to get him to keep an eye out. You've got this, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to Hugh and I'm gonna be like, yes or no. If I was ever asking too much of you, would you tell me, Hugh? Does he respond?
Hugh is just looking at you, blinking, and just tilts his head like, yeah, I don't understand.
I need a better way of Then in Draconic, I'm just gonna say, fuck this. And then turn to Hugh and, like, gesture for him to repeat it.
It's going to mimic the gesture, and instead say, this fuck.
That's even better. Good job, Hugh. And I hand him a piece of ration meat, like a piece of dried meat.
Yeah, it's just going to tilt its head up and just start bobbing its head up and down to slowly start swallowing the chunk.
What I thought was like a tiny piece is like the size of his leg, and he's just
Yeah, it's
just
literally
like-
just Seagull eating a hot dog.
Yeah. Hugh, you're lucky. You're very cute. I don't know what I'd do without you.
What things is Gleb doing?
Yeah, what is Gleb doing?
Flip things.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna head out a few hundred feet away from the tower. Try to put some trees between me and it, if I can.
Not many trees, but a handful of shrubs, yes.
I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna de-wild shape.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna open up my baggie of holding.
Mm-hmm.
And pull out that spider staff.
All right.
Oh my god.
I forgot we had that.
Kleb's learning. He's snuck off to do shit. We're teaching him the wrong things, guys.
Woohoo!
Hold on.
No. We're teaching him the right thing.
Absolutely fucking not.
Okay.
I'm so proud of him.
So
I
what
taught
does
him
Gleb
what
do with the spider staff?
quick accidentally kill somebody. Then you can be just like me when you grow up.
I mean, going back through my memories, I'm gonna sit down, but with the bush between me and or some of the shrubs between me and the tower. We're gonna just chill out, relax for a minute. Feel bad that I literally just lied to my parents, to mommy and daddy. And I am going to try to consume the staff and its aether.
God,
if
wait.
I can.
What? Holy shit.
God.
Okay.
I mean, he's exactly doing spider things. That was not the spider things I was expecting.
So it takes
I
a
love that.
minute. It takes a minute for you to attempt to consume the staff before you get the idea of, oh wait, I'm limiting myself with the halfling body, and kind of partially resort back to your slime body and just kind of push it inside. And then there's a few seconds go by and nothing happens. And then, kind of like an antacid pill in a glass of water, you start to get really bubbly and carbonated. As
Oh,
you
no.
slowly begin to reduce the magic from the staff.
Oh, that's gnarly in like a really weird way.
It only takes a few minutes before the staff is just a hunk of wood that you can expel from your body. But right now, the best way to describe how you feel is like you just chugged a bunch of soda and you feel like you got a burp, but it's not quite there.
Awful bloated feeling. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a mistake.
But you definitely feel that you were able to absorb the magical energy and the aether that was stored inside the staff. But for about a good 10-15 minutes, you really just got to burp, and you can't quite get it just yet.
Okay. Yeah. I told him I'd be gone for a bit, so I'm not in any rush to get on going.
In the distance, there's a gentle burp.
There's only one way to get more of the burp.
We're gonna feed the
Well,
Gleb magic items.
Yes.
I mean, this is a buildup of aether, which I mean was kind of my intention back in the day, being in a jar and being fed random aether infused items and whatnot. Can I use this aether? Can I
Yeah.
make myself feel better?
Oh, I mean, it doesn't last for super long. It's just more of like a, I overate kind of a feeling. Just kind of like need to burp a little bit. And then just like shift a little to the left, shift to the right a little bit, kind of lean. And it's like, all right, there it comes. And you feel like this really big bubble just pop as the gases are released. And it's kind of like this shimmering purple cloud that comes out before it disappears.
Mmm.
And then you feel fine.
Tastes funny.
Oh yeah, definitely tastes funny. It tastes purpley.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll give it a. Jesus Christ.
You're fine.
Every time I try to talk, I'll give it a couple minutes, make sure nothing else feels funny, I guess, and I'll make my way back to the tower. Through the, I mean, swinging the staff around using detect magic. Does it feel like I got everything out of it?
It is just a hunk of wood at this point.
I'll just toss it in the bush.
Okay.
And I will return to the tower. I do not have any more spider forms, so I cannot climb up the tower. But
You
I
only
can.
used one.
I used to make the cat.
Oh.
Um,
Oh.
I will communicate with the cat to try to get y'all's attention and to point down at the bottom of the tower to let me in.
Oh. Could you roll a dex check for the cat?
Oh God. What's a cat's dex? Like 1?
Oh. Hold on.
Cat.
Well, let's guess 2.
Bestiary. It's a 2. Okay, so I can just roll mine.
I was like, it should have a 14 dex. Cats are dexterous little creatures.
Yeah, but they're kind of dumb.
A dex check. Hell yeah, it's gonna fall off the tower. Let's go.
You didn't say an intelligence check. You said dex.
Yes.
Did that roll?
Do you have to click the pub whisper still?
Yeah, you
No,
can just roll
nothing's
like a
broken.
d20 and then just add 2.
Yeah. Flash roll. Phase 20 plus 2. Oh,
There
never
it
mind.
is.
17.
There is a moment where the cat looks like it's about to fall before it catches itself and then just kind of continues to point, hey, down there, look, come on, to the two on the tower top.
I'm gonna walk over and look towards the front door. Do I see Gleb down there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Just look up and wave.
wave, and like while I'm waving, the front door is just gonna click open.
Yeah, we'll head on in and back on up.
Alright. And that is where we're going to end today's session of D&D.